I'm sitting here in my foreman, and for a second I want you to imagine waking up in a dimly lit room. You're disoriented, you're confused, you're in a little bit of pain. Soon you realize you're in a hospital room. Soon after that, the doctor comes in and says that you've been in a horrible accident. Without an organ transplant, you'll likely die. Now, imagine knowing that while you are being put on this transplant list, there's 123,000 other men, women, and children who are also on this list, fighting just as hard as you are for their lives. The next few hours of your life depends on whether or not you get this organ transplant. However, sadly, you get the news that due to certain circumstances and lack of availability of organs, you just won't receive your transplant. Sadly, thousands of people every day get this news. But what is an organ donation? An organ donation is a process of giving an organ or part of an organ for the purpose of transplantation into another person. In order for a person to become an organ donor, blood and oxygen must flow through the organs until the time of recovery to ensure viability. According to Donate Life Nebraska, in 2013, more than 6,650 people died waiting for a transplant. That's an average of 18 people a day. And according to the American Transplant Foundation, every 12 minutes, one more person is added to that list. But why? Why are there so many people and not enough donors, not enough organs? This occurs because the lack of organs and donors who make transplants possible just aren't there. There just aren't enough. In 2014, more than 8,500 deceased donors made 24,000 organ transplants possible. And among those, 6,000 of those transplants came from living donors. You might think, I'm a living donor. I need all my organs, all my blood to live and walk around. What can I give as a living person? I'm not dead. I'm still using my things. As a living donor, you can give portions of your liver, your lungs, your intestines, some blood, and some bone marrow. As a deceased donor, we all know what you can give, what you're not using anymore. Your heart, your lungs, your kidneys, your livers, your pancreas, your small intestines. Tissues, which include your corneas, your skin, veins, heart valves, tendons, ligaments, and bones. We've all seen movies like 7 Pounds, the whole point of the movie is an organ donation, and shows like ER and Grey's Anatomy that just show us the impact of an organ donation on a family or a specific person. Did you know that one person, me or you, could save between 8 to 50 people with organ donations? But how do you become an organ donor? Talking to your family is the first decision you need to make when you're talking about organ donations, because they're the ones that are going to have to deal with the process, whether you're alive or you're gone. If they don't know that you're thinking about organ donation, your wishes may not be fulfilled when you're gone. It's pretty easy to become an organ donor after you talk to your family. You register with your state's donor registry if one's available to you. I've never known or heard about a donor registry, but for me, it was as simple as going to the DMV and checking yes on the organ donation box. You get that cute little heart on your license that says organ, or it says yes. And it's that easy. There aren't many requirements when it comes to becoming an organ donor. According to organdonor.gov, there are no age limits to those who can donate. People from newborns to senior citizens who can become an organ donor. It all depends on your good physical health. There are only 2 exceptions to people who can't donate organs. Those are people with AIDS. Those are people who have active cancer. Neither of those people are considered healthy, so they can't give healthy, viable organs to someone else. A common worry or myth that some people might have when saying, oh, well, if I'm in trouble and a doctor knows that I'm an organ donor, they won't try as hard to save my life. And that's simply not true. A doctor's main priority, his first priority, is to save your life, whether you're sick or injured. And the discussion of organ donation doesn't even come up until after you're declared dead. And most times, the doctors who take care of you while you're alive are not the doctors that will harvest your organs for transplants after you're gone. Some of us know someone who has needed an organ donor or was one. My grandfather, 2010, had to have a heart transplant. He had the heart assigned to him, and an hour before his surgery, a doctor came to him and said, we have a 5-year-old boy who got hit by a truck. He is going to die within an hour if he does not get a heart. We will put you back on the transplant list, and this boy will have his heart. My grandfather said, I've lived my life, I've had children and grandchildren. I want to give the gift of life to someone who hasn't experienced what I've experienced. So he gave the boy his heart. His new heart never came, because 2 days later, 5 days before Christmas, he died. But that gift of life that he gave to someone else that was intended for him filled us with pride. And you can do that too. I've expressed the need for organ donations. The numbers definitely exceed what they are given to people. There's too many people who need organs and not enough people giving them. Imagine saving 50 people with your organs. Organs that you're not going to use when you're gone. You could save a child, give them a better quality of life. You could give a grandfather a few extra years with their grandchildren. Or you could help a fellow wingman. The possibilities of organ donations are astounding. We could save people's lives. How many people can say that? I saved someone's life. We all have the opportunity and the power to make a difference in someone's life. It's up to us to step to the plate. And I hope that if you are not an organ donor, I'm giving you the extra nudge to go to the DMV and check yes on that box to become an organ donor. Thank you.